everybody, welcome to another Nephilim build. Today we're gonna bleed and burn as Pureblood Knight Ansbach from Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with ability scores. Using the standard point array, we'll put the 15 to Charisma. Ansbach is actually a pretty charming guy. Charming enough for most people to forget that he was a high-ranking member of a cult of blood-worshipping incels where you kill your partner to join. Yikes. Next we'll put the 14 to Dexterity. If you watch him fight Lita, he honestly makes a bow build look viable. After that we'll put the 13 in Intelligence. He's pretty scholarly for an old warrior. We'll put the 12 in the Constitution for HP and then the 10 to Strength. Lastly we'll dump Wisdom. He really thought he could get the guy who got his boss. For race we're gonna go with Reborn. Remember the older version of this race that came back to life when killed? Yeah, that would have been busted. Anyway, I'm only mentioning this so I can ask, has anyone figured out why our Tarnished comes back and no one else does? Texels has the hollowing explanation, but I haven't seen anything for Elden Ring yet, and it's been bugging me. Anywho, we'll put our increases into Charisma and Constitution and take Arcana and Investigation for skills. We'll also get Deathless Nature and Knowledge from a Past Life and Speak Common and Deep Speech. We'll make a custom background taking Religion and Medicine for Blood Cultist skills and speaking Infernal and Abyssal. Moving on to class, we're going to start off as a fighter. We'll get Strength and Constitution saving throws, pick Athletics and Perception, and be proficient with all weapons, armor, and shields. At level 1, we get second win in our fighting style, taking Great Weapon Fighting. We're now going to multiclass to Hexblade Warlock, getting Hex Warrior and Hexblade's Curse. The Formless Mother is definitely a Warlock patron of some kind, but doesn't really feel like a fiend. Yes, even with the fire. We'll start off with 2 cantrips taking True Strike and Friends to fill the slot. I'll also start with 2 spells taking Hex for some bleed procs and protection from evil and good. At level 2 we'll get our invocations taking Beguiling Influence for Deception and Persuasion to recruit more cult members. The second one won't matter. We'll also take Expeditious Retreat for some sprints. At level 3 we'll get our Pact Boon taking Pact of the Blade and Improved Pact Weapon. Now we can make either a glaive or a longbow and still use Charisma for either. If I hadn't taken Hexblade, then I would have also had to balance Strength. We'll also take Bard Knowledge. With great age comes great experience. At level 4 we'll take the Warcaster feat and then Mending to fill the slot and Comprehend Languages to help with our research. We're now going to multiclass to Bard, getting Acrobatics and the Lyre. Seems like a good fit for someone in a cult. At level 1 we'll get Bardic Inspiration. He only uses it as he's dying to Radon, but that inspiration die comes in clutch. We'll get 2 cantrips taking Prestidigitation for effects and Blade Ward to fill the slot. We'll also get 4 spells taking Cure Wounds for Crimson Flask and Longstrider for sprints. We'll also take Detect Magic and Heroism. The man was scared to death of Mikola, but he's still squared up. At level 2 we'll get Jack of all Trades, Song of Rest, and Magical Inspiration, and take Identify for item lore. At level 3 we'll get Expertise in Arcana and Investigation as well as our Bard College. We're going to go with the College of Swords, getting Blade Flourish for some dynastic sickle play. We'll also get a fighting style that we can't use and take Kinetic Jaunt for some jukes. At level 4 we'll take the Tough Feet and the Light Cantrip for some Rainbow Stones. We'll also take Aid from our HP. At level 5 we'll get D8 Inspiration, Font of Inspiration, and Tongues. Everyone seems to understand everyone in the lands between. At level 6 we'll get Counter Charm and Extra Attack and take Featherfall because what is fall damage? No, seriously, I've been replaying Dark Souls 3 because Elden Ring has updated past what my PC can handle anymore. Drops that would snap an Unkindled's legs do nothing to a Tarnished. At level 7 we'll take Freedom of Movement. Most people probably entered the DLC in NG+, so no difficult terrain. At level 8 we'll raise our Charisma and take Enhance Ability for Superhuman Feats. At level 9 we'll get D8 Song of Rest and take Skill Empowerment. With great age comes great experience. At level 10 we'll get D10 Inspiration and Expertise in Deception and Persuasion. You know, for recruiting new cult members. We'll also get the Message Cantrip. You almost never actually see anyone's mouth move in FromSoft games. We'll also get Magical Secrets taking Hail of Thorns for Fan Shot and Flame Blade for the Furious Blade of Ansbach. Back to Fighter. At level 2 we'll get Action Surge and level 3 we'll get our Martial Archetype. We're going to go with Battle Master getting Painter's Flies. You know, for giggles. I'll also get Superiority Dice and Maneuvers taking Distracting Strike, Fainting Attack, and Goading Attack. Ansbach has one job in that fight and it's draw aggro, and he does it very well. At level 4 we'll cap our Charisma and level 6 we'll raise our Constitution. Now that we're level 20, we finally have our modifiers. For inventory we'll take a glaive for Obsidian Lamina, a longbow, and a component pouch. We'll also take a set of padded armor just because I don't want to be naked. Our AC is 13, our movement speed is 30, and our average HP is 210 with 6d10 and 14d8 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now what can this build do? To start, we do pretty good damage with flourishes and maneuvers, most of which can be used in melee or at range, as well as Hexwade's Curse and Hex. We can also raise our otherwise low AC in a pinch, so our defenses are still good, and we have plenty of HP to chew through. We've also got a lot of skill proficiencies and expertises, giving us an edge outside of combat. For weaknesses, our wisdom saves are terrible, which is bad news considering who we're fighting. Our main damage resources are also limited, and there's still the issue with Flame Blade. I honestly just can't find any definitive answer on if attacking with it counts as the attack action or its own unique action. I'd allow it as the attack action simply because Shadow Blade does, and that spell came later when they did a better job with their wording. But your DM might not be cool like I am, so use cautiously. Weaknesses aside, our warrior's resolve is pure as blood. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. $1 a month gives you 2-day early access to my videos, a chance to vote for future characters, and access to all of my homebrew content. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time when I make Fox McCloud from Star Fox.